Can you hear me?
Oh, hiya, Drew. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, listen, they're going to take a photo of us. Is that
Okay.
okay with you?
Yeah. I got
Okay.
Ringo with me.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Enjoy the chat.
Wait a minute. I got to put my glasses on. Hey, Drew. Oh, you have beautiful long hair.
Thanks.
Oh, my goodness. And let me see Ringo. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's why I took the job on Shining Time so I could work with the Beatles, you know?
Yeah. I mostly am going to talk about Shining Time Station, but I will say this. I do love the movie Grease, and it was one of my favorite musicals with the Rocky Horror Picture Show and Little Shop of Horrors. But
yes, I agree. I love those too.
And I also want to say thank you for the cameo where I mentioned I graduated college and.
Oh, Drew! Yes! Oh, I'm sorry. You know, when I do these cameos, I imagine the person I'm talking to, but I didn't know what you look like. Yes, well, Drew, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's so great. Oh, and, man. What an accomplishment. Oh.
Thank you. As I mentioned, I was a big Thomas the Tank Engine fan, and I do remember Shining Time Station. What was it like to work with Mr. Conductors, Ringo, and then George Carlin, and then Alec Baldwin?
Well, let's start with George Carlin. He's so unlike his stand-up guy. You know, the guy who did stand-up was much more political, you know.
Yeah.
He was a loving husband, sweet, sweet man. His wife was always with him on set. And he loved being Mr. Conductor because he and, you know, Ringo, they had to do their parts separately. So in the front of a green screen so they could become little, you know. Yep. And Ringo was like an old hippie. He would have his dressing room door open playing oldies music. It was really fun. But yeah, hello, Stacey Jones, Shining Time Station.
I think you'd also be interested to know that I know somebody on Twitter named Northern Star or Adrian, and he actually owns the jukebox from Shining Time Station.
You know that right? You mentioned that. That's right. I heard about that. In fact, I got a picture. I saw a picture of it. I think he have a podcast or something?
I'm not sure about that, actually.
Yeah, because someone who has a podcast wrote and said that maybe he knew the person who had the jukebox. Where are you located?
I'm currently in Libertyville, Illinois, not too far from Chicago.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm in New York. So anyway, yeah, we had the terrible storm here last week, you know. It hit New York and New Jersey worse than Louisiana. It was really bad.
We've had worse here in Illinois.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's so lovely to meet you. I have to say that working with the Beatles was definitely the reason I took that job, because on PBS, they don't pay you very much. You know, they'll give you an umbrella or a tote bag.
But not a cable.
Yeah, right. But it was a real thrill for me. I was a big Beatle fan. So
am I. What about Alec Baldwin in the movie?
Well,
I know.
I didn't meet Alec Baldwin. No, I didn't meet him. I met Peter Fonda, you know, who was the grandpa. But no, because he did all his things separately. But what was exciting about the movie was we actually went to the Isle of Man, in the, you know, where the Reverend who wrote all the Shining Time Station stories was from. And they had a steam engine there. And they had the whole railroad. It was gorgeous.
Yeah.
So that was a thrill to do that. But between you and I was sad that Schemer wasn't there. Schemer, my Brian.
He was a fun character. But kids love Thomas. And
oh my gosh.
Before this ends, though, I'd like to are you in touch with anyone else besides Schemer? Because you mentioned you're still in touch with Brian O'Connor.
Yes. From that show, no, because there were just the little kids. And I do speak to one of the producers. In fact, Britt Allcroft, who had the rights to all of the Thomas stories, and it was the director of Thomas and the Magic Railroad. She and I had been in contact this year because there was film footage that was cut out, and she wanted to have a director's cut restored. I haven't seen it, but you haven't?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, what do you think? Tell me
Well,
what you think about it. Drew.
Well, I don't understand. I know there was a character cut from the movie because the audience think it's too scary, but I don't really see what's so scary about him, and it's disappointing. I personally thought Diesel 10 was the scary one, but you know.
Yeah, I did too. Thought Diesel 10 was a scary one.
They can't cut him because people pay money to see Thomas and his friends.
Yeah.
It would be impossible.
Well, she was very, very upset that they made cuts that she didn't want, and she was grateful that this edition would come out. I haven't seen it yet. Wow.
It was so great to meet you, and I really enjoyed your work. I take it to heart.
Oh, Drew, thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you, man. You're so cool. You know, we say in the movie Grease, when somebody's cool, we go, wop, ba, 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 boom.
Thank you so much for your time, and I wish you well.
Oh, the same to you, dear. I wish you well, too. I hope that you and your family stay well through this whole time.
Bye.
Much love. Bye.